Sometimes it could be the money. Sometimes it could be looks, pause. Or sometimes it could be looks. Shout out to Lala. But in today's society, insecurities are very prevalent. Whether you'll see somebody in a new car and you think it needs to be you. Whether you see somebody in a new penthouse and you think it needs to be you. You know what I'm saying? Insecurities are prevalent. You know what I'm saying? But in today's video, what I'm going to be telling y'all is how to get over your insecurities, how to have a permanent solution to all your insecurities, man. And not only that, but how to get a better understanding of your insecurities, identify your insecurities, and things like that, man. I don't want to spoil this whole video in the intro because y'all got to really tune in and turn on your ears and listen to this video that I'm about to talk to y'all about. But all I can say is it's going to be a banger. So get your journals ready, get your popcorn. Let's get into it and subscribe. It's your boy RODSKII. We back with another video, man. In today's video, if you couldn't tell by the intro and the title, it's how to get over insecurity, man. And I know I've been going off this page for a long time, you know, but I'm coming back. I was battling some sickness. That's not an excuse, but just to inform y'all what was going on. I didn't forget about y'all, you know. I've been eager to post. So yeah, but I'm not gonna do too much chit chatting because y'all obviously seen the intro. So with all that being said, let's get straight into the video, man. Number one, identify and whatever you're insecure about. Now this goes for if it's money, if it's looks, whatever it is, you know. When it comes to insecurity, the main and most important thing, the first thing that you need to do is identify whatever you're insecure about and get to the pinpoint of what it is, you know. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, with a lot of insecurities, it's ways to get over it. Whether that's physical insecurities, whether that's financial insecurities, whether that's mental insecurities. Like, there's many ways to get over insecurities, you know, but the first and most important step is to identify your insecurities, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's your weight, you know, you can identify, okay, my insecurities I'm overweight, or my insecurities that I'm underweight, or it could be like, okay, my insecurities that I'm not making enough money, or whatever your insecurity about, just identify, you know, pinpoint on what it is that's making you insecure about it, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a way to fix your insecurities. I'm telling you, either your mindset or just to physically get your insecurities gone. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to change your insecurities, but the main thing you got to do first, like I always say, identify your insecurities, man. But with all that being said, let's get into phase number 2. Phase 2, get an adaptive / beginner mindset. And I put these two together because it kind of differs on what your insecurity is. You know, let's say your insecurity is money or just something mental. You know, you're going to get more into the beginner mindset. Say if your thing is physical, you know, you're going to get to the adaptive mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just kind of break it down, you know, exactly what I mean. So boom, let's start with adaptive first. So boom, let's say I'm overweight, you know, and I have an insecurity about my weight my whole life, you know. Adaptive mindset would be like, okay, let me figure out how can I obtain what I want to obtain, the look I want to obtain. And hence that's going on a diet, getting in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Just simple as that. Simple as that. Just identifying what you need to do, basically, is an adaptive mindset. And then let's go to the beginner mindset, you know what I'm saying? And this is for, you know, if you got financial or just mental problems. Not mental problems, but you know what I'm saying, mental insecurities. You know, I really didn't mean to say problems. I hope I didn't offend nobody. But anyway, what I mean by that is this, right? So boom, when it comes to getting a beginner mindset, what that basically all that means is this. You're getting the mindset is, it's okay that I don't have this now. It's okay that this isn't going my way now, you know, because I know it could get hectic a lot of times, especially with social media. You know, you may see a 20-year-old on a yacht and you 20, you still in your mom's house, and that's not bad. But you know, you looking at that and you're like, oh man, I'm behind, I need to get there, you know. But all I'm gonna tell you is just breathe in, breathe out, because it may not just be your time yet. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you will get there, you know. But like I said, still with the adaptive mindset, like I said, how you gotta identify it with the beginner mindset, you gotta identify on what you need to do to get yourself out that situation. But it's mainly accepting the fact that you don't have to have it all right now. You know what I'm saying? You can wait some years before you have it. It's gonna be your time eventually. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that, you know. And I mean, you can really combine these both with anything. Like if it's the physical, you can combine them both. If it's the mental, financial, you can combine these both. So it really differs to you. You know what I'm saying? What you prefer to do. You know, and I think phase 2 is a very important phase, and this is where you're going to start seeing the big shift come. But with all that being said, let's start talking about phase 3 of the video. Now, this is mainly suited for the financial, the mental side of things, but you can also do this as, you know, even the physical. You know, actually, we're going to combine all of them too. You can do this as physical too. But basically what this is, to write a letter to your younger self / track progress. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that's really been helping me, you know, even when it comes to YouTube, because sometimes I be on YouTube and I see other creators that post 2 videos, they over 10K subscribers and I'm still at 1K, which, you know, I always remember where I used to be at, you know what I'm saying, how far I became, how far I've grown just on YouTube, you know what I'm saying. And this is especially in the financial world, because a lot of people may look like I go back, you know, a lot of people may see a 20-year-old on a yacht, you know, and they're like, oh man, that should be me, oh man, I want to do that, you know what I'm saying. And then they're living in a mom's house, but little do they know they're living in a mom's house, but they took a step. You know, not only are they living in a mom's house, but they got a job now. You know, now they're going to start making money, and then they can start branching off from there and doing things like that and figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? But really tracking your progress really make you look at things completely different. And I promise you, whatever you're doing, if you track progress and you look at where you used to be at, you're going to be happy. You know, and writing to your younger self is even better, you know, especially people, you know, let's say you want to go to the NFL. Let's say you want to go to the NFL and you in high school right now, you know, and you're not really doing, you know, the trajectory you want to be on right now, you know. You write a letter to your younger self and seeing how happy your younger self would be or where you're at right now, you know, might just make you work even harder. It may just make you be like, wow, you know, I came a long way. You know, and we can even talk about the physical side of this, as we can go back to the overweight person at the gym. You know what I'm saying? They might look at their body and be like, man, this ain't where I want to be at, woo-da-woo-da-woo. But then end up looking at how much progress they lost. They done lost 30 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And 30 pounds is a lot of weight to lose. If y'all don't know nothing about weight loss, 30 pounds is a lot of weight to lose. You know what I'm saying? So remember that, bro. Track your progress, whatever you're doing. And I guarantee you're going to start rewiring your brain, and you're going to start being proud of what you're becoming, and what you already are. But a lot of times it's going to push you to go more. But with that being said, I love y'all. And let's get into phase number 4, and the last final phase of the video. Phase number 4, change what you see, man. Change what you see. And I'm gonna speak on a little personal note on this, on how I matured on this, you know, just myself. Because even to this day, like if I see like somebody on a yacht or something like that on my Instagram, you know, and they 17, you know, because I'm 17 right now, they're 17, they got their dream car, you know, that motivates me to do even better. Shoot, even though I don't really like Rakai's content, no hating shit, I'm not trying to hate. Shout out to Rakai, you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll see that and that motivates me. You know what I'm saying? And I used to wonder, like, when people see stuff like that, how does it make them jealous, or how does it make them, like, feel insecure? You know what I'm saying? And then I really had to just dove deep and, like, because one thing about me is, like, if I see something, I wonder, like, how this happens, I'm going to go and dive deep about it. So I dove deep about it, and I see what it happens, you know? And it's the way they see things, you know? Like this, I'm gonna even put it in a YouTuber standpoint. If I see a YouTuber and they're making 20,000 views a video, and I'm here making 600 views a video, you know, I'm gonna feel some type of way. You know, well, I'm not gonna feel some type of way, but I can see how somebody will feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? And I started realizing that, and I see that with anything, whether that's a gym, you know, or whether that's just YouTube, whether that's just finances or anything in general. You know what I'm saying? You really got to change what you see and know your triggers. You got to know if your trigger is, okay, if I see somebody on a yacht, you know, that's something that not makes you mad, like triggered, but okay, that makes me feel some type of way, you know. And you really got to be honest, you know, because a lot of people on the internet is going to be like, oh, well, how you going to make this hurt you? You know what? Forget what the people on the internet got to say. You know your triggers, you know, and you got to help identify your triggers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when I say trigger, it sounds like I'm saying mad, but I'm not saying mad. But what makes you like feel insecure or feel that type of way? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with feeling that. That's a natural feeling that every human has, you know. Some people just outgrow it, you know, eventually. Some people, insecurities change, you know, and you don't never know, you feel me? But with all that being said, I ain't gonna yap your heads off too much. You know, that's just a cool, calm video on how to get over insecurities that I felt need to be discussed. And yeah, I love all y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night, great rest of y'all day. And I'll see y'all next week. Or this week, I might have to post 2 videos since I missed last week. I might post 2 videos this week. I gotta see the quality of both videos. But with all that being said, I love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. And I'll see y'all folks next week or this week. Bye.